What's happening, guys? Another day working on the Eclipse. The intake manifold it's out of the way and the alternator is on the ground. What's happened so far? I went to AutoZone to bench test the alternator and they said it's good, but I don't know how accurate these tests are, so I'm going to put back my spare alternator because I know it's good. I already mounted it down there. And one thing which I gotta say, if you don't have to relocate your alternator, don't do it, because it's a lot more difficult to be taken out and put back in. To take it out, if it's on the front, it's gonna take you 10 to 15 minutes, and when it's on the back, maybe 30-40 minutes. It depends what kind of mess you created right here. Like me, I have a bunch of wires and some brackets which are holding it, and it's really difficult working around them. And I also relocate my power steering lines. Usually the power steering lines run through right here, but mine are relocated and they're kind of on the way on one of the bolts. Let me show you. This is the bolt which I'm talking about, and you have to take it out, and my lines are right here on the way, so I have to move them out of the way. This way I create a lot more work for me. Anyway, let me put back everything together and see if that alternator will make any difference. I hope it will, because otherwise it will be quite an adventure finding out what is wrong. So far everything looks good. 14 volts. That's how it's supposed to be. Let's see if I turn on the lights, what's gonna happen. That's good. That's good. That's good. Well, guys, I test drove the car and she's running a lot better, but not perfect, which means that I'll have to retune her. And I was going to do that today, but that's not gonna happen because I found another problem with this car. I test drove her about 2 weeks ago, and every time before I actually start the car, I'm checking for a few leaks. So let me show you how I do it. As you guys know, I have a DSM link, and you just have to turn on the ignition, and then you gotta go in the setting and activate the fuel pump, which is right here, and you can hear the fuel pump running. So let me show you what I found. So I always check for fuel leaks around these lines, the injectors, everywhere pretty much, because I don't trust this car anymore. And I always check underneath, because I had a fuel leak here. Let me see if I can show you. Not really. Anyway, there's no fuel leak here, so when you go here you can see how it's dripping, which sucks big time. Damn it, I'm cursed. Now what I'm going to do next is remove the rear seat, because the fuel pump is located underneath the seat. So let me take her out and see where the leak is coming from. The seat is out of the way, and as you can see, this is the full-blown fuel hanger, which means that I'm running 2 fuel pumps inside the tank, two 255s. Anyway, I was thinking the leak is coming from somewhere around this area, the AN fittings, but apparently is not, which is the funny part. I don't know, should I laugh or should I cry? This is happening to me for a second time, but this time it's on the other line. This line right here is leaking from somewhere inside. Let me focus. So I will turn on the fuel pump and you'll see how this is gonna start leaking. You can see the drop is forming, and there you go, it's leaking. Fun times. And I don't know if that is because the bend is too aggressive, but it doesn't look that bad. Shouldn't be a problem, but I don't know, it's just weird. And the bend is not that aggressive here, as you can see, but same thing happened to this line, but it was down there, and there is a bend also, but it's pretty much the same bend as here. So I guess those lines doesn't like to be bent at all. So this is the brand actually. It's not some cheap brand. It's I mean, it's not expensive, but it's Vibrant Performance, and it's E85 friendly. I can't trust this brand anymore because this is happening to me for a second time, and if any of those two lines, this one and this one, start leaking, this is going to be a fire hazard, and I don't want to take any chances, so I'm gonna replace all the lines with a different brand. And those lines are probably 4 or 5 years old, they're not that old. For example, my red Eclipse, I'm running some eBay no-name lines, and they are 10 years old, and I have put a lot more many miles on my red Eclipse, so I'm really unhappy with this brand. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully next time everything is gonna be fixed. See ya.